Hello friends and welcome back to another gardening video. In this video, I am going to review the seeds bought online from Organic Bazaar. Usually I prefer buying seeds from Ugao, but I didn't get all the seeds that I wanted, so this time I tried another website and this is how it came, packed up really nicely. So let me just unbox the package and show you all the seeds that I purchased. Most of these were the winter flowering seeds along with some brinjal seeds, and they also gave me this free packet of coriander seeds. So let me quickly show you the seeds. The first one is the Impatiens baby dwarf seeds, and the second one is the ice flower seeds. Third one is the petunia dwarf seed, and the fourth one is cineraria. And then comes Sweet William, and that's the Black Beauty brinjal, followed by marigold and the geranium seeds. And over here the price of all the seeds are mentioned, so the total came around 512 rupees. So I didn't have to pay the delivery charges. And the first packet that I'm opening is of the brinjal seeds. Upon opening the package, I saw that the seeds were sealed up in these tiny containers, and the seeds looked mature enough, and I really liked the packaging, and seeds looked good also, and the quantity was adequate. The second one was the cineraria, and the seeds seemed a little bit less, but it's okay. And next comes the Sweet William. There were adequate seeds in that, and this one was the costliest, the geranium seeds, around 117 rupees. They were quite few in number. And the ice flowers, I got a lot of these seeds and they were also really cheap, around 29 rupees. And then comes the marigold seeds, and this one was also really cheap. This one cost only 39 rupees, and followed by petunia seeds, and these are the dwarf variety. The seeds were a little less. And then comes the Impatiens, and these were also quite few in number. And lastly is this packet of coriander seeds, which I got as a free packet. So this was also looking good enough. So for germinating all these seeds, I decided to use these old plastic food containers. So I made holes at the bottom, and I created a potting mix, a well draining potting mix which had garden soil, sand and some old compost, and I mixed these all up together. Then I wrote the names of the various seeds that I had purchased on ice cream sticks, and I stuck a piece of sellotape on top of the name so that it wouldn't get washed off when I sprayed water on the saplings or the seeds. And after this, I took these kind of old diyas and I broke it up into smaller bits, and I used that to cover up the holes that I had created, so that the container remains well draining and the soil does not block off the holes. And then I filled up the mixture in each of the container, and I labeled each of the container. Then I added the seeds and I tapped it gently on the soil so that the seeds would go in a little bit, because all the seeds were quite tiny. And later on I also added a very thin layer of soil on top, and in this manner I put all the seeds into the containers. So some of the seeds were very less in quantity and they were really fine, so I had to be careful to add a little bit of soil on top of each of these seeds. So in this manner I prepared all the containers, and then I watered all the containers. It was the winters when I had done all this thing. I had got the seeds on time, so I planted it on time. And this one is the ice flower seeds, and these I got in a quite a large number. And these marigold also I added on one side of the container, and I added a few of the brinjal seeds on the other side because I didn't have too many pots and I didn't want a lot of brinjal plants also. So around 6 to 7 seeds only I used, and the remaining seeds I used all of them. And then afterwards I soaked the coriander seed in water a few hours, and then I planted these also in the evening, and I watered the seeds. You can either directly add water on top of the seeds if it's like a large seed like this coriander seed, or if you want, or if the seed is really fine and you don't want to disturb the seeds, you can soak the container in water like this and the water gets absorbed and the soil gets wet. Or you can spray water in this manner and you can moisten the soil so that the seeds germinate, and then keep the seeds in an area where it receives a little bit of sunlight. That helps in germination. So the first seeds that germinated were the geranium seeds, and I got only 2 to 3 plants, out of which this one only survived. So by the month of January I shifted this into a larger container. I prepared a well draining potting soil, adding some amount of organic matter, that is the organic compost, and I shifted the geranium plant. I had one nice plant and one was almost going to die. So out of these two, the plant which was healthy, it grew, and the other seeds which germinated were these ice flower seeds, but very few of them germinated compared to the amount of seeds that I had put. The marigold did not come out at all. And apart from this ice flower, I did get one brinjal plant also. I had planted 6 to 7 seeds. So this is the ice flower plant. I had planted them in another container and kept them on the sill of the balcony because it needed a little bit more sunlight. And these were the 2 brinjal saplings which I got. Out of these, only one of it survived, and none of the other seeds came out other than the free coriander that came out, and I used it but I forgot to record it. So it was a little bit disappointing that after paying around 500 rupees, more than 500 rupees, I could only get one actually brinjal plant, but I do have a few seeds remaining, and I also got a few ice flower plants and just one geranium plant, and none of the other seeds germinated at all. That was fairly disappointing. And these are the saplings, very few of them only are there, but the geranium is doing well. The brinjal has started flowering and the ice flower plants are also doing okay. So this is what I found, that I don't know the reason why the rest of the seeds didn't germinate at all. At least I was hoping 1 or 2 saplings to come out. I don't know the reason why the seeds didn't come out, whether they didn't like the weather or the soil, or the seeds had some issue. The packaging was really good, but what we need are good germination rate. So this is the review of the seeds I got from Organic Bazaar. I hope you found this video useful and I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and thanks for watching.